Is there an element of boring on the tour?
Yeah, at times. I think it's like anything. Weeks would go by and you just wouldn't even, because every day's Groundhog Day because we worked 7 days a week. We really worked six. But the difference between Monday to Saturday, in some ways, was non existent. So it would go by really quickly, but there were days of, okay, well, don't have a lot of people, not doing a lot of patrols. I would go talk to people at sector. I'd go talk to friends of mine in human rights. I'd go for a walk. I'd go drive. We'd go grab water, maybe drive over to Bamfru and see if I could score some chai or something from those guys. Like, there was always stuff to do, but I would always try and at least fill it relatively constructively. And yeah, maybe on those days I would take the 2 hour lunch. I'd go have my noodles and can of tuna, and I'd put my head down for half an hour. It was great.
Was this tour hard on you physically?
Oh yeah, yeah. I did lose 15 pounds, so I'm kind of down to my ideal weight. Well, it's not still heavy. I'm down to 220. That was deliberate. So I bulked up to 235. I was hitting the gym a lot before I deployed. I think I was down to 215 in November. Part of it's going on leave and being in Uganda and then in Zanzibar for my last leave and eating a lot and drinking a lot because I could. It puts it on, but it's not just the weight loss. I think the physical and the mental part are absolutely linked. Doing PT, did a lot more running than I did last tour, helped, but it was a slow jog because everything was just so potholed and rutted, like there was no track. It was just circling around the perimeter in 40-degree heat with a lot of dust. I think I was better prepared for it. I knew what I had to do to be in reasonably good shape. I understood the benefits of running or even just walking around a perimeter in terms of letting off steam and stress. Yeah, diet, no fresh fruit, veg, or meat for months at a time. I lived out of freeze-dried meals, cans. So I'd make soup, but I'd open a can of tomato soup, a can of vegetables, and throw that in, and maybe a can of chicken, and that all tastes processed. And it just after a while I would just gag, especially peas and carrots. A can of peas and carrots, I cannot even. That smell is in my head, and I gagged at one point, and I had to throw it away because I couldn't do it. That's homemade soup, 3 things out of a can. The freeze-dried meals were excellent. I had two or three different varieties. Stuff came in care packages, but yeah, there's nothing fresh. There's nothing crunchy. I never used to like raw carrots. I freaking love raw carrots now. It's not the taste, but there is that sweetness to it that I never noticed before. But the crunch, the chunk, chunk, chunk when you're chewing on it. Oh my God, that's tremendous. Cucumbers. I love cucumbers and gin and tonics, but cucumber, fresh veg, tomatoes, things like that, meat. I've really laid off of the red meat as well. I think I'm actually probably healthier in a lot of respects for it, but chicken, fish, God, yeah, food.